If you have already decided that you are going to pay a hefty fees to any of the institutions to learn SAP MM, so just stop right now. And today, just give me 5 minutes. In the 5 minutes, we are going to understand, or we are going to have a assessment based on which we can decide, or you can decide if SAP MM is correct for you, or if paying for SAP MM for a hefty fees is good for you, or it is, let's say, it will be beneficial for you. Okay, so let's start the session and let's try to understand in 7 questions. So basically in this session we are going to have 7 questions. In that 7 question we are going to assess ourselves if studying SAP MM will be beneficial for us, and if we are going to pay for the, let's say, hefty fees to any of the institutions, we are going to get the most of the benefit from it, or at least if it is, let's say, suitable for us to go for a SAP MM training. So basically most of the people have these kind of questions. So let's say, should I choose SAP MM, SAP MM or SAP SD, or let's say I am into my 30s or into my 40s, should I uh, try for SAP MM, or if I have any kind of, let's say, non-IT background or IT background, should I choose for that one? And let's say most of the institute, they say that there is 100% placement assistance is there, or 100% placement is there. Is that true? Or let's say you have these things on your mind, you are saying professionals are jumping from 4 lakhs to the 15 lakhs. If I learn SAP from the day one, I can get the 15 lakh salary, or let's say I can get a 20 lakh salary, if you are having such kind of things. And if you are going to pay any kind of fees or a huge amount of fees to the institute, and if you are going to get the benefit or not. So let's understand in today's video if it is going to be helpful for you or not. If you are going to pay for any courses in the institute, if that is going to be beneficial for you or not. So how we are going to assess this one? So basically we can assess this based on the 7 question. Okay, we are going to ask ourselves 7 question. Based on that, so you have to answer correctly, honestly. Take a pen and paper and just write down, or let's say if you have a mobile or any device, you can number yourself, or you can give your number to yourself. So at the end, we will tally and we will find out what is the total number of answers or total number of scores you are getting. At the end, we will decide what score will decide you should go for a SAP MM training, or what score will be deciding if you are ready for a SAP MM training or not. Okay, so let's start with the first question. So first question is a process check. So do you have any idea that if you are going to learn SAP MM, do you have to understand this process? You just need to know that what are the transaction codes are there, or what are the T codes are there, or how to execute a transaction. That is all you need. So if you are having this as an idea, like if you are going to understand, means if you are going to learn SAP MM, most of the time you need to understand how the business is working, or how the business process will work, or how the process flow is working. If you are in that mindset, so you can give yourself 1 point. And if you are thinking that you only need a code to understand, or if you need to only know the T codes, because most of the people, when they call me, they just ask me like, I know the T codes, I know ME21, and I know Migo, I know Miro, I do all those kind of things. I can join for any kind of job. So no, you are not suitable for the job. Maybe you are suitable for an end user position, but not as a consultant. So first thing you need to have in your mindset that you need to understand your process. If you already have it in your mind, so you can give yourself a number 1. Okay, so you can give yourself a 1, you can provide yourself. Okay, second thing, if you are in this position that you understand, or you know that any of for these graduation programs you can go for a SAP MM training or SAP MM career, you can go for it. If you are having that mindset, you can give yourself 1. If you are having this mindset that for learning SAP MM you need to have any engineering degree or any technical degree, you can give yourself a 0 point. Third thing, this is the most important thing when it comes to the SAP MM learning. Most of the people, why they choose or why they try to move to SAP, because they see that most of the people, they are having a comfortable life. Comfortable means they have their flexibility of job. Let's say they're working from home, they're getting a good salary, they're let's say having good on-site opportunities. So they think that from the day one when they are coming into the SAP, from the day one they are getting all these kind of benefits. If you are having those kind of mindset, you can give yourself a 0 point. If you are having this on your mindset that this is not like a overnight thing, this will be a stable corporate job will be there, and there will be, let's say, standard salary, or we can say a good salary will be there, and that salary you can get it after 1 year or 2 year based on your knowledge and based on your skills. And then there will be a long term growth will be there, and definitely there will be some on-site opportunities will be there, which you can get later part of your life. Some people they get it in the early days, some people they get it in the later of their let's say career. Some people don't get it, or some people don't opt for it. It is optional for you how you are going for it. So if you are having this option A in your mindset, you can give yourself 1 point. If you are having this option B in your mindset that this is a lottery, if I'm going for 80,000 or 1 lakh course fee, if I'm giving someone that they can directly give me a job of this 25 or 20 LPA of salary, so you can give yourself a 0 point. This is most important thing while you are starting your SAP MM training or any of the SAP training. So what is happening? So people, what they do, so they will come with a lot of motivation and lot of let's say excitement. In first couple of months or first month, they will try to work very hard, but till the end of, let's say, in the last class or last session we have discussed about the 6 month of mentality or 6 months of mindset of roadmap. So that basically you have to follow, but basically in that what is happening, so people don't get consistent on that one. So if you are a guy or if you are a person who is willing to have a constant mindset that I will work or I will study for next 6 months without any panic or anything, then you can give yourself 1. And second thing, let's say if you are a person who is not consistent, not giving, let's say, enough time to learning, if you are a working professional or you are a student, and if you are not giving at least 1 hour to 1 point hour per day to this training, definitely you are not going to get a job. So it is worthless to give any amount of fees like to the institutes or to anyone to get you trained on the SAP. That will be not beneficial for you. And second thing, most important thing, while you are having this 6 months of span or 6 months of mindset of learning the SAP, in that basically you will be getting a lot of issues, a lot of troubles while practicing, while learning, while understanding, you will be getting that one. So how you are going to solve it? So first point is, if you are a person who is just thinking that if I get a issue, I have joined any group or I have someone to ask directly, I can go and ask them. This mindset will not take you to the next level. So basically, if you are going to become a next level consultant, first thing you need to identify yourself, or you need to understand yourself what is the issue and how to fix that one, and what are the sources are available. You have to utilize all those kind of things, and first you need to find out by yourself. You can find out a solution, or you can find out what is the issue. Then later on, if you need some suggestions, let's say you have 3 4 data or 3 4 set of data, in between that you don't know which one is correct, which one is wrong, then you can definitely ask some of the, let's say, experienced person, they can guide you. But basically first thing you have to understand, or you have to identify or analyze on your own. So if you are having such kind of mindset that first you have to work on it, first you have to find out something, then if there is some problems are there, you can go for a person who is having some experience or who can help you. You can give yourself 1 point. If you are a person who is always panicking and anytime you are getting a issue, you are directly reaching out to someone, you can give yourself a 0 point. So in the sixth thing, basically, if you are saying that you can learn by yourself, that is the first thing. Second thing is, if you are willing to pay to directly to any institutes blindly, so that is the second thing. So if you are having a this kind of mindset without searching anything, paying any institute any fees, that is not a wrong thing, because if someone is training you or someone is giving you a training. So if that is worth it, then it is worth to pay them, right? So to have a guided session and all, it is worth to pay them. But basically, if you are going to pay for any institute, so first you need to understand what are the concept and what are the basic things are there. Let's say first you need to learn by yourself. If you are planning for SAP MM, then you can find out what is SAP MM, what is its benefit, how it will benefit you, what are the let's say details will be there. So first thing you need to understand those kind of things. Then if you find that I need certain guide or need certain help to understand SAP or to learn SAP, then you can go for a institute or any let's say trainers are there out there, you can go with them. But before that one, you need to have this idea, so that if you're going for any kind of demo sessions or if you're going for asking anything, you need to know what are the things are there, how they are training, how they are teaching. So everything you need to know. Okay, so like we have discussed in the previous classes, what are the let's say roadmaps will be there, what should, how you should be learning, what should be the platform, everything we have discussed. You can see that video also. So basically this should be the idea. So first you should learn yourself first. If you are comfortable at it, you can learn by your own. If you are not comfortable by learning on your own, you can go with any institutes or any guides over there, you can just go to them. So last question is, this is a basically career ladder for the SAP MM or SAP. So basically you have to start with as a junior position, then you have to go for a consultant, then senior consultant, then solution architect, then all the things you can go with that. Most of the people, what they do, so they have some experiences like 5 to 6 years of experience, so directly they go for the senior consultant or solution architect position, they go for that. And later on what happens, let's say you only trained on the SAP, but you don't know how the actual environment or actual systems are working. So at that point of time, people are getting trouble. So most of the people, if you are planning for that, let's say directly I can go for a senior consultant or consultant and I can work. So you can just hold your thoughts over there. So you have to start like a fresher or like a junior consultant, you can start. Okay, so this should be your mindset. So if your mindset is like this one, I will start my career and definitely I'm going to struggle for 1 year or 2 year, I will give my time to the work and then I can try moving forward and I can grow. So if that is your mindset, you can give yourself 1 point. And if you're thinking that directly you can go for a senior consultant, and there are a lot more things are going on in the market, like let's say fake certifications, let's say proxies, and many more things are there. So people are opting for that one. I see all the times in many of the groups, people are asking for that one, people are providing those services to them. So it is not kind of correct. Okay, definitely at some point of time you are going to get a trouble, and if you are trying to change your job at 40s or 30s, then these things you should not be having in your mind that after 2 years I lost my job and again I have to do something, I have to start somewhere, I have to learn something. Okay, so there will be a lot more trouble will be there. I have seen some of the people, they are struggling at this point of time, they have connected with me for guide and everything, they have connected for me, but it is very difficult to have that thing, like you don't have a job and you are you need to let's say manage your family and everything, so that is not right. So you need to have a proper mindset for that. So now we have completed the 7 questions. Now comes to the final round or moment of truth. Okay, now let's find out based on your answers. I believe everyone has answered it. If you have not answered, you can go back and you can just try to give yourself 1.0 point as per your answers. If your score is 6 to 7, or we can say 5 to 7 is your score, so you are very likely you can learn SAP MM and you are at a good position to learn SAP MM, so you can learn it. And you can start with self-learning, or you can go for any kind of, let's say if you want to pay for learning, that is also fine. We can invest in our career, we can invest in ourselves to grow our career. If your scores is 4 to 5 or let's say 3 to 5, then likely you need to change your mindset some of the point where you are getting a 0 point. So you need to change your mindset and you have to align your mindset with the correct process, then you can go for the SAP MM course. That will be beneficial for you. Otherwise you are going to get a trouble. Let's say you don't have a proper mindset. If the course duration or if the learning duration or the transition duration is 6 months, definitely you are going to get 1 year, 2 year, likewise. I have seen many people doing the same, and after 1 year or 2 year, they are saying there is no SAP jobs are there in the market, or we have lost our money, we have paid someone 60,000, 50,000 right now. We are helpless, so how we can get our job, how to get a job. So if you have that kind of question also, you can ask me in the comment section, or you can DM me. My number is in the description, I believe, so you can ping me over there. And definitely, if your score is below 3, or let's say 0 to 3, you are in a red zone. It is not for you. SAP is not for you. SAP MM is not for you. So either you change your mindset and you come to the proper mindset and you start your transition process. Otherwise, you just stay where you are. If you are having a job, it is a stable job, you can stay there and you can continue to be there. Okay, so that should be a good option for you. Don't come to learn SAP, because if you are having a wrong mindset, then definitely you are not going to get succeed in the SAP MM. So now if we try to understand some of the reality versus the questions you might have in your mind. So first thing is, let's say most of the people or some of the people who call me, they say that we are into our 30s. So is it too late to change our career? No, 30s is a good time to switch your career. Actually, if you are confused about your current career and you want to switch to a better option, then it is a good point that you can start. Okay, so experience is valued in the functional consulting. So whatever experience you are having in your core section, that will be helpful to understand the business process and all. So that will be fine. So next question might be, you are having, I'm from a non-IT background, so can I learn the SAP MM? Yes, you can learn the SAP MM. Business logic matters more than code. So you don't have to be any technical guy to understand the technicality of it, because you can go for any functional model. So that works on basically the business principle and all. So most of the people, they have this question in their mind, referrals and let's say placement assistant and all. So if you are having a good network, that will solve all of your problem. Let's say if you are in a WhatsApp group, then most of the people, they share their let's say any of the openings are there, they share it over there. If you are fitting to that position, you can get a job. Now LinkedIn is there. Now a lot more websites are there which you can try for the job. Basically, you don't require any kind of referral or as such. If you are a good fit, let's say your resume is good and you have the knowledge, so you can get a job. So referral is not required actually. So third thing, if you want to have this roadmap, so in the previous video we have already discussed it. So if you want to have the 6 months of roadmap to learn the SAP, then you can just download the roadmap. You can just comment PDF. I will share this PDF to you, and you can join any of learner community to have your, let's say, any of the questions or anything you are having. So you can just understand that one, and start your day one with the procurement basics. So next class or in some classes we are going to start this classes also, we are going to start. So online we will be having all those classes. We will understand what are the process and how to understand SAP or how to learn SAP. So we will start one by one. So this is just a starting, or we can say we are just starting in 2026. We have just changed the way of training. So in the previous videos you can see, or it was just recorded videos we are just putting over there. I believe it was less interactive, so you are not having that much of interest, I believe. And right now we can have the interactive sessions with each other. Let's say we try to learn in 2026 in a different way, and we try to learn the SAP MM, and later on we can move on to other, let's say, other topics or other models also we can try to move, but this is the starting. So that's all about today's session. I believe it is a eye opener for you. If you are going to, if the SAP MM is beneficial for you, or if you are going to learn SAP MM, will that be beneficial for you? I believe it is clear to you. If you are still not clear about it, if you need any career guidance or anything, you can just ping me, or you can ask me any questions in the comment section also. You can ask me your questions. I will try to answer them all. So that's all for today. Let's meet up in the next class. Till then, bye bye and take care. Keep learning.